everyone, my name is Shauna, in case you don't know, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be recommending some graphic novels. These are not to be confused with manga. I do have a manga specific recommendation, but manga is a Japanese format that has a different art style and that you read backwards to front. So it is the opposite direction of what we read in the US and in the UK. These graphic novels I'll be recommending will be read in the traditional format of front to back that is used generally in the US and the UK and a lot of different countries. They sort of have a different content matter than manga. However, I find graphic novels just as fun and interesting as manga, and so I hope you enjoy this video. I also find that sometimes graphic novels are easier for people to get into than manga because graphic novels, most of the time, not all of the time, aren't as long as manga series. So some manga series are like 30 plus volumes, and most of these ones I'll be about to recommend are a fairly short series or they are standalones. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get some good recommendations from this video. First things first, the #1 graphic novel that I recommend to literally everyone on every occasion possible is the Heartstopper series. This series is by Alice Osman. This is volume 1 right here. This is the easiest one to get into. It is such a cute and wholesome story. It's very quick and easy to understand. Heartstopper is also being made into a TV show, and the trailer recently came out for it. So if you're looking to read the graphic novels before the show comes out, now is your chance. Cheer Up, Love, and Pom Poms is also a great one to get introduced to graphic novels. I read this one virtually, so I don't have it physically here with me. Cheer Up, Love, and Pom Poms is about someone who is somewhat of a social outcast. She doesn't really fit in, she's not super popular, but she wants to join an extracurricular activity. And this girl in the cheerleader team who recently came out as transgender, it is a cute, wholesome love story, but more than love, it's like friendship, deep friendship and deep understanding that they gain of each other. I found it to be such a beautiful graphic novel. I highly recommend it to everyone. Another great way to get introduced to the world of graphic novels is to find a book that you enjoy that has a graphic novel adaptation and read that one. So for example, the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children has 2 graphic novels of the first 2 books. Personally, I really think you should read the original book before you read the graphic novel, because the graphic novel, similar to a movie adaptation, has to cut out some parts in order to fit it into the graphic novel format. However, these graphic novel adaptations of popular series are great refreshers in the books, so if you want to continue with the second book but you don't remember the first book very well, then I recommend picking up the graphic novel and reading it. I know for me personally, I read Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan several years ago, but I want to read the second book, but I don't remember it enough, so I'm planning on buying Red Pyramid, the graphic novel version, so that I can get a refresher of the story before I dive into the second book. So that's personally what I like to use these graphic novels for. However, if you just really wanted to step your feet into the world of graphic novels, these are a great place to start as well. Another great one is this one. This is called Susan Collins' Fame. This is a very, very short one, but it gave a backstory to Suzanne Collins, and I really, really enjoyed this one. It's short, cute, wholesome, and it really lets you learn more about the author of the Hunger Games series. My next recommendation is Can I Pet Your Werewolf? This is a collection of werewolf short stories in graphic novel format. Each story is written by a different person, and they each have their own unique style of drawings and their own unique style of storytelling. I personally enjoyed this one, and I highly recommend this one if you're into werewolves. Even if you're not into werewolves, there's so many different variations of werewolves in here that I'm sure you'll find at least one story with a version of werewolves that you'll enjoy. Then Pumpkinheads, of course, is a super cute one that I highly recommend. Everybody loves Rainbow Rowell, so hopefully she can be motivation for you to pick this one up and try it. This was actually my first Rainbow Rowell book, and I really, really enjoyed it. It has some of the most beautiful illustrations that I've ever seen in a graphic novel, and it's another cute and wholesome graphic novel story. If you're wanting to get into Marvel, there's of course tons of great comic books out there, and of course there's tons of great collections of the comic books, to combine them into one thick comic book anthology. One that I recommend starting with, though, that I enjoyed, that I started with at a young age, was this one. This is just X-Men First Class, Tomorrow's Brightest, and I found that this was a great introduction to Marvel Comics. This was the first Marvel comic that I ever read, and I'm including this one in this video because it's sort of like a graphic novel and it doesn't really fit in with the manga recommendation video, so I'm including it in this one. This is a great fun introduction to the world of Marvel Comics, and I really liked X-Men, which is why I chose to start with X-Men First Class. And the final recommendation I have for today's video is The Tea Dragon Society. This is by Katie O'Neill. There is, I believe, 3 books to this series so far. This is another cute and wholesome series, but it has some depth to it and has beautiful drawings. I love all of the tea dragons so much. I wish they were real so I could have a tea dragon because they are so, so cute. So those were all of my graphic novel recommendations. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. I'll of course include the link down in the description below to my manga recommendations videos that I've talked about a couple times so far in this video, that can give you some more recommendations of sort of like the Japanese graphic novel, so it's very different than the recommendations I included in here. However, there is some really good recommendations in that video that I think everyone would enjoy. I upload videos twice a week, so my next video will be uploaded next Friday. I hope all of you stick around to watch that one, and until next time, goodbye!